If you work in quality control at a candy factory, you know strict safety regulations come with the job. It's why you partner with Grainger. Grainger helps you find the high-quality and compliant products your business needs to inspect, detect, and help correct issues. And the sweetest part is, everyone gets a product that's as safe to eat as it is delicious. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
But it's time for the VSiN Daily Morning Bets. We are starting the VSiN Daily Morning Bets with the NFL Draft. So hear me out, listen very closely, because these are not all full unit plays like the NBA, like the MLB that we'll get to later on. We're starting with a quarter unit play. And the value is actually better now than what I got it at. I got it 12-1. You can currently get it 20-1. It's a long shot. That's why we're putting a quarter of a unit on it. Something you're comfortable losing, something you're comfortable, making up elsewhere. I'm going Shedeur Sanders to be the 9th overall pick. Exactly the 9th pick. Now, it doesn't matter actually who it's to. I think it'll be the Saints. Could be someone else. Could be the Steelers at 9. Could be anyone. But I'm going to say Shedeur goes number 9 overall. Now, we've seen his draft stock plummet. We've seen his over-under go from, where was it? Like top 8 to then 10.5 to 14.5 now. So that's why you're seeing this go from 12-1 all the way out to 20-1. But I still think if the Saints go quarterback, that Kellen Moore would go Sanders over Dart. Now, the caveat is there's an entire possibility, and I actually wouldn't fault this. I actually think it would be smart for the Saints to not draft a quarterback, to draft an edge rusher, an O-lineman, and wait until next year to get a quarterback. But I think Kellen Moore knows quarterbacks well enough that he knows Shedeur can be a competent starter in this league, and Jackson Dart cannot. I don't buy the Dart steam. We heard about that assistant coach who had the reports that Sanders was a terrible meeting. Usually that stuff is sent out by teams that want the player to try to kill his stock, to ensure that they can get him. Wouldn't shock me if that was a Saints assistant. Also wouldn't shock me if that was a Steelers assistant who put out that anonymous quote. But I'm going to take a flyer on Shedeur, 12-1, now 20-1, quarter unit for him to go 9th. All right, here's a half unit play, and here's one that I actually feel much more confident about, and the CLV worked in our favor here. I went half unit Jets to go tight end with their first pick, plus 340. Now, this doesn't specify which tight end, but let's face it, it would be Tyler Warren. And sitting there at 7, unless there's a trade up, unless we see a wild run where Genty goes 4 and maybe someone moves up to 5 or 6 to get Warren, if Warren's there at 7, the Jets went O-line last year when they should have gone Bowers. They went with Fashanu, the O-tackle out of Penn State. Now, I think they realize not taking Bowers was a mistake. He had that historic rookie season. And Tyler Warren may not be Brock Bowers, but he may be closer than you think. I think the Jets make it a point to get Warren. I put a half unit on it, plus 340, and the CLV is now in our favor. Last I saw it was plus 270. All right, last draft bet, or bets, but they do go hand in hand. I went a full unit on 2 separate cats to be the second O-line taken. So I went Armand Membu. He was the favorite, minus 275. I laid that price to win a unit because the way I see it, this is either going to be a wash or I'm going to make 3.5 units and make a pretty penny. On the off chance that Membu goes first because a team maybe deems him a better fit, I went him to go second and Will Campbell to go second. Will Campbell to be the second O-lineman taken is plus 630. Now, understandably so, it appears he'll be the first O-lineman taken. In that case, as long as Membu gets taken second and Banks doesn't, because Banks could really screw this whole thing up if he goes top 2 O-lineman. But if it goes Campbell, then Membu, like everyone predicts, it's a wash. We're even. If, some way, somehow, the Pats don't take Campbell 4th, and then it's either Jacksonville or the Raiders taking the first O-lineman off the board, I could see the Jags or the Raiders taking Membu, who I believe has a higher ceiling as a tackle. I think Campbell might get moved inside at the NFL level. I could see Jacksonville or the Raiders taking Membu over Campbell. Patriots won't. Jags or Raiders could. And if that happens, there's an off chance here. Membu goes first, Campbell goes second. We make 3.5 units on that play. So that's the logic there. And if it goes Campbell and then Membu, it's a wash. No harm, no foul. Again, if Banks works into the top two, we're in trouble. All right, let's get to the NBA playoffs. One play there. I'm laying a point with my Knicks at Detroit. Look, I have not felt good about this series from the start, and I have been very outspoken about that. However, I think Tom Thibodeau and Jalen Brunson give the rest of the Knicks the kick in the ass that they need after that awful Game 2 performance. I mean, offensively, it was abysmal. Defensively, to their credit, they did what they had to do. But offensively, Karl Anthony Towns, 10 points, give me a break. His over-under's 21.5. I like the over. Not making it an official play, but I like the over. Cat's got to have a big game. I think Brunson facilitates. I think Anunoby and Hart and more of the ancillary pieces get involved here, and the Knicks win. I wouldn't lay 3-4 with them in this spot, but at 1.5, that's a number I'd lay. Give me the Knicks at Detroit. On to the diamond for 4 plays. Let's do it. Starting bright and early, Mariners, Red Sox. I think that this price is going to move drastically. I think we're getting good CLV on the Mariners, Red Sox Nerfy, minus 125. It's already minus 130, 135 at some other shops. I think this could move to 50 cents. So get it now, get it while it's hot. Minus 125 at FanDuel and Boyd. Best price out there. Brian Wu, sensational Nerfy pitcher, and Garrett Crochet is going for the Sox. Mariners offense has been much improved, and they've actually been a terrific Yerfy team. The last 2 weeks, they're on an insane Yerfy run, but they haven't faced Garrett Crochet. So if Crochet gets us to the bottom of the first, I trust Brian Wu enough against this inconsistent Red Sox offense to get us the Nerfy. I'll lay 25 cents. Give me, in another early game featuring a stud lefty looking for an AL Cy Young Award, give me a prop on Cole Reagans to get the win. He's going up against the Rockies. It's game 1 of a doubleheader. German Marquez with an ERA up near 9 is taking the bump for Colorado. Marquez has hardly pitched seemingly the last 2-3 years. Been on the shelf a ton. Now, I don't love or trust this Royals offense, but if you give Cole Reagans 2 against Colorado, that might be enough for him to go get the win. You look at what Reagans has done. Now, he did just take an L at Detroit, but he's back home where he's always superb. His last 2 starts prior to Detroit, 7 2/3, 1 earned. 6, 1 earned. Before that, 5, 1 earned. Double-digit Ks in all 3 of those starts. He even had 8 against Detroit in the L. But I don't want to go 9 Ks. That's a little too many for me to bet on. So I'll go Reagans minus 120 to get the win. We're going Nationals, keeping the lefties rolling. Going to go money line. You can get them even money at FanDuel and Boyd against the Orioles. The Orioles stink. They stink on the road. Cade Povich, their starting pitcher, stinks. And the Nationals are 7-4 at home with Mackenzie Gore, their ace, on the bump. Yeah, I'll take them. Now, at some shops, they're favored. At FanDuel and Boyd, they're a home dog. Home teams have been amazing this year in baseball. Give me the Nationals, money line, even money. And we talked about it earlier during cashing out. Rangers Athletics, over 9, even money. I'm going 9 instead of 8.5. DeGrom, 2 of his last 3 starts has been really shaky. He's allowed 5 home runs in his last 3 starts. And in that ballpark, the A's might get to him, and the Rangers might also get to JT Ginn. Give me the over 9 in Sacramento. Folks, Best Bets brought to you by G-Bank, the official bank of VSiN, up in the ante with up to a $750 bonus for new G-Bank Visa Signature Card customers. First, new customers who spend $1,000 on eligible purchases within 90 days of the account opening receive a $250 bonus. Additionally, spend $50,000 on gaming and sports app loads within 30 days of the account opening, you'll receive another $500 bonus. That's potentially $750 back in your pocket. Apply now, VSiN.com/GBank. Subject to credit approval, terms and conditions apply. And that'll do it for the VSiN Daily Morning Bets.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger. Because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.